Alright, what's up everyone? We're back again with another tier list video. I'm Amog.
I'm Arnav.
And I'm Adi.
Alright, and we're going to be ranking Elemental Masters today. And keep in mind, we're not really ranking their powers. We're ranking how they use their powers. And
Exactly.
if they use them wisely or if they use them stupidly. And speaking of stupidly, let's start with Kai, alright? I mean, no offense. Kai is kind of smart, but
His power usage.
he's such a hothead. Like, he cannot control his power.
He also screams fire like every 2 seconds in every episode.
Yeah, I genuinely do not understand.
Yeah. I think we gotta put this man at C tier.
Yeah, C tier.
C tier. I mean, honestly, if he was a little smarter about his power, then
He could probably get bumped up. But...
yeah. We got next Jay.
Okay, Jay.
Ah.
I put him a bit higher than Kai because he's not a hothead like Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually uses his power a bit more responsibly, but then he's Jay. He'll use his power for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we saw him do that like several times throughout the show.
Exactly.
I feel like for Jay, he kind of distracts himself with jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel there was one villain that said that. I can't even remember who it was, but there was someone that said that who said he distracts himself with jokes so that he can
He definitely feels sad. I think that was not a comment.
That was not a
That
comment.
was not a con.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
He is
Funny man. All right. Because he's such a funny man, he goes up B.
B tier.
Exactly.
He's not as bad as Kai.
All right. Cole.
Cole,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
first A tier, I
Amazing.
suppose.
Oh,
He's
yes.
gotta be
A
A
tier.
tier.
A tier
Definitely.
is absolutely where Cole belongs. I mean,
Exactly.
he definite. Was he the last ninja to be found, or was that
No.
Kai?
He
No,
was
Kai
the
was
first. He was the first.
He was the first. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, honestly,
He's the OG.
he is the real OG.
He's like the core of the group.
I feel like
until Lloyd came.
before Lloyd came, he was the true leader
Exactly.
among all of them. He was the only one keeping them in control. I mean, Jay was kind of laughing himself away. Kai was doing Kai stuff, and Zane. I mean, Zane is a mystery.
He's there.
I mean, we knew why because
Yeah.
he's a robot. He was still trying to figure himself out, but Cole was the only one that could keep it together. And
Exactly.
there was that one episode. It was in season 1 where they were trying to get a Fang Blade from the
Yes.
dancing competition.
Exactly.
Or the talent show. That one, you see a lot of background on Cole and a lot of what happened to him. And despite all of that, he's able to keep it together. I think,
Plus, his
I think
power
it's-
usage is also amazing.
yes.
He will not just scream earth and throw a rock. Then he will actually try.
Yeah,
Kai.
Yeah, no, he absolutely uses his power
Exactly.
very well. Better than these two, I would say.
Yeah, so I think A
A
tier.
tier,
A tier.
yep.
A tier.
Alright, who we got next?
Zane.
Zane.
I'd say another A tier. He's
Yeah.
other than him figuring himself out at the very beginning, which he still kept it very patient about.
Mhm.
He uses his power extremely well. He doesn't use it for anything else other than fighting. Even if someone wants to cool themselves off, he won't just show ice or anything. He'll actually use his power responsibly.
Right, and another thing about Zane is that even though he might not have had, the leadership that Cole had, he had that peacefulness and
Yes.
tranquility that all these three didn't have. Even Cole, he did not have
Yes,
that.
He did not have tranquility.
I feel like I agree with you. He definitely
Yeah.
belongs at A.
A tier, yeah.
All right, next we have Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Alright, so, I mean, a lot of people, and as in a lot of people, I mean me, but a lot of people don't like that he has such thick plot armor. Like, every season, man, he's this close to dying, and he
He
just
always
doesn't,
survives.
In season 10,
doesn't seem to happen.
in season 10, he dies, but then this first Spinjitzu master gives him a choice whether he wants to live or not.
Exactly.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, so the plot armor on him is real, but I mean, obviously, as he grows older and he matures, he definitely grows to become a leader, and he's more of a leader than Cole, I would say. Even though Cole is a very good leader and kept everyone together for the first few episodes.
They changed it so that Lloyd is now the main of the group.
Yeah, Lloyd, I think effectively is a good leader for the group. I'd
We
put
see
him
an
at A.
example of this of how strongly he's connected to this entire group in season 5 when he is possessed by Moro.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was when we saw the most character change in Lloyd, and even the other core ninja and Nia as well. We saw a lot of stuff, a lot of character development in these guys because they're trying to get their friend back, And we also see this in when Zane becomes the Ice Emperor. Lloyd's trying to get him back, and you kind of
Exactly.
see that friendship really coming together, really bonding closely. So
Yes.
A tier easily.
Okay, Nia, at the very beginning, many people did not like Nia. But over the years,
liked her.
including season 15, I liked her as well.
Yeah,
Many
yeah.
people can't. So over the years, including season 15, Nia has become one of those main ninja who's connected to almost every ninja on the group.
Absolutely.
She has learned combos with her and Zane's power, and she's really good friends with Cole and Lloyd. She's one of those ninja who, if you lose Kai or Jay, they're more team sad. But if you lose Nia, they really fall apart, as you see at the beginning of season 16. So I think A tier is the place to go.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And again, going back to that character development, we see in season 6 and season 15, as you said, because in season 6, there's all this. Why is she the only girl ninja?
Exactly.
We see all of that. And, I mean, honestly, the way that she's able to cope with that's just absolutely incredible.
Also, season 5, she has to quickly learn her powers. Right
She's
before.
the only one that can
take
stop
her
the
true
ghost.
potential.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yes. Easy A tier.
Easy A tier.
All right. Griffin Turner.
Turner.
Yeah.
I'm going to say better than Kai. He used his power a lot better. All these elemental masters that are coming up didn't use their power to help others because their whole purpose was to survive. They had to make sure no one knew who they were.
That's right, yeah.
Until the Tournament of Elements. And until they met the ninja and decided, oh yeah, we should, help everyone.
I'd say B tier.
I'd say B tier as well.
Yeah.
We don't know much about him, actually. We've only seen him 2-3 times, I think, in the entire show. In season 4, of course, where we actually see his power being used.
Mm-hmm.
He actually beats the Master of Gravity, Gravis,
from
getting the blade, so it just shows how well he knows his own power.
Yeah. And I feel like the Tournament of Elements is a really good way to
introduce to all these characters.
Not just introduce, but emphasize how powerful their powers are and how well they use their powers.
He was also one of the last 8, I believe, remaining.
Yeah, he was. He was among the last 8 with Kai, Jay, Lloyd,
Nero, I want to say.
Nero, yep.
Yeah, just
Pale Man was there.
Shade was there, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it. Karloff even got out.
Yeah.
Camille.
But honestly, all these powers, they're equally powerful.
Exactly.
So
it's just how
Season 4 is really where we see all the how they use it, how well they use it. So I would agree B tier. And another reason why we're not putting him at A tier is he is a little bit cocky, okay? I'm so fast kind of idea, right?
Yeah.
He says that a lot, and it's a little annoying, in my opinion. But
he overuses his power.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna be honest. You see that in Jay as well, but
exactly. But that's why they're not A.
Yeah.
Now Karloff, I just don't understand how he lost to Kai.
Okay.
In the tournament.
Well,
no,
he didn't
Kai
just
cheated.
lose. Kai cheated. Okay, there's
solid, but
solid difference there.
He was so you could say again, I guess cocky that he won. He didn't even notice Kai came from the back. He could have stopped it, but he didn't.
He also did kind of overuse his power. He would flex a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there was one thing that was said in season 4. Jay was or no, I think it was about speed. Speed is not an element.
Yeah.
And then Garmadon says, the master of lightning. I feel like metal. I mean, metal is something that my car is made out of.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I don't see how his power is as good as all the other ones here. Nature. I mean, nature is a very good power, but and gravity, it's amazing. Sound even. I mean, it's really cool, but for metal, I don't know. I just don't quite see how.
The only thing that the metal power does, which is why we're not putting it at D tier or E tier, is that if you turn metal and someone shoots lightning at you, it'll come back to them.
I
They
think-
absorb the lightning.
Yeah, that's what
Right,
it shows
that's
in
how
the
he
that
beats
battle.
Lloyd, actually.
Yeah.
Master
Exactly.
Chen
Master
uses
the metal. Master
metal.
Chen even knows how to use the power properly.
Yeah.
Like,
I would actually say Master Chen is an S tier if he had an elemental power.
exactly.
Because he knows not only how to use, he would have known not only how to use his own power, but how to use all of these powers too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he was like obsessed with elemental powers.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
Yeah.
Karloff would be a C.
C, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
I mean, he's right alongside Kai right there.
Okay.
Because they
Camille.
both got into a fight immediately.
Camille is next.
She's form, right? Yeah.
These are the powers that Oni use.
Yeah.
And so do any formling in the Nether Realm. So first of all, her powers are not unique. Okay, but basically she doesn't use her power that much. We didn't even figure out that she was on the island till like the roller skating episode.
Yeah, like in her.
Yeah, we actually didn't even know about her
Right.
existence
Until
at
the
all.
roller skating.
If her main fight was like an actual fight and not the ninja role, then I think we would have seen a lot more of her power. But we really never got to see it.
Yeah. But to make it to the ninja role, she had to have won against someone.
But we never saw that.
We
because
never
they didn't
saw
really-
the fight, so we don't really know how she used her power. We do know that she did beat someone in a fight to get to the ninja role.
But
So
we don't know who. And we don't know how she did, so that's why I think it is better if we put her at a D tier.
hmm
And also, not to mention that one scene in like just before the ninja roll, she did use her power once very effectively. She faked being Kai to
Yeah.
like
Trick
find,
Lloyd.
Yeah, to find his weakness.
Yes.
So it's not exactly F tier, but like
It's still D. Alright, next is Crooks and Acronics. These guys, they had so
Oh.
good power that we put them at S, but they used it so bad.
they
So we're gonna put them
Okay,
at D.
yeah,
They're just that bad.
I mean, in all honesty, like, people really underappreciate how overpowered the power of time is. Like,
Exactly.
you have fast forward, slow down,
You have stop,
pause.
which is basically pause, yeah. And you also have reverse.
Yeah. I mean,
Even one of them could take down Lord Garmadon or Sensei Wu, and they do that in the flashbacks.
that's right.
Two of them took out all the elemental masters.
and the thing
Yeah.
is, the Iron Doom in season 7, that really was not necessary. They if they had just gotten the 4 time blades, they could have just immediately traveled.
That's also true. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know why
was
they
just-
made that.
Yeah, it was just because they wanted to bring their army, which they killed off anyway after they thought they won.
Yeah. Which I don't
Yeah.
know. They were very stupid about their powers. Who we got next? Gravis. All right. Gravis, I feel like his power is kind of cool.
But he doesn't use it really effectively when he fights Griffin Turner.
Yeah. As Arnav mentioned before, he did lose to Griffin Turner in the
Yes.
qualifying rounds. So I don't know. I feel like despite Griffin Turner's cockiness, right?
I feel like Gravis's power usage would put him under.
Yeah, I would definitely
C tier,
agree.
yeah.
C tier. All right. Next up, we have.
Oh, Moro.
All right. He is like such a good. Forget villain. He's a very good elemental master.
Yes.
He knows his stuff, right? He knows exactly what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it.
And
And
his power, he could stop all the ninja.
yeah, and he did.
He
He
did.
did. He single-handedly did that.
He did at Cloud City, or
Mhm.
Cloud Kingdom. He did it at,
Sticks.
yes, the City of Styx.
Yeah.
He's proven it time and time again.
Yeah, and after Master Chen was taken to the cursed realm, he was the only ghost that escaped.
Yeah, he's the only one who's smart enough, strong enough to escape.
He was the only ghost that escaped, and he brought all of them back.
Exactly. He
He
had that much
Pretty
power.
much carried,
The entire
all
thing,
of the
including the
ghosts.
preeminent.
including the preeminent. Solid A tier.
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. Jacob, the Master Sound. Oh, alright. So, for Master Sound, honestly, I would say that...
I'd say he's pretty good, but we didn't. I don't
Okay.
think we saw him. We did see him against Skylar once,
yeah, we did.
and,
And-
he is blind, but he didn't use his power that well. He just like strung instruments to try to find the other person. But
I feel like since his powers weren't used that well, I would have put him at D, but the
But-
only reason I'm putting him at C is, like Arnav said, he was blind. Like,
yes,
he used his hearing and his sense of touch and all his other senses.
And he was able to almost effectively combat Skylar for a brief 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just not, like, one person can see it and can absorb all the powers. The other guy can't see, but they still can put up a fight for at least 5 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's
Or
yeah.
pretty good.
We'll put him at C.
Yeah.
Okay, Pale Man.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
Pale Man. I feel his power, his power in itself is good.
That's how he stayed hidden for all those years.
Yeah.
You could just disappear.
You can just disappear.
Such an overpowered thing if you're playing hide and seek.
Yeah. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know how Master Chen caught him in that episode. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't either.
But
If I do remember, he was one of the hardest to catch because Klaus was telling him like, "We finally found one." Like
Yeah.
they took so long to find him.
yeah, I would put him at S tier, but he's kind of easy to trick.
Yeah.
I would say that's the only problem about him, is that he's so easy to trick, and that's how he got caught. So I feel like A tier is
He
where
also
he
has a
belongs.
habit of sneaking up on people and using his power like that type of stuff, like
Yeah.
he did in season 9, which that's not that good power usage. So sneaking up on Dareth.
I mean it is funny, but,
Yeah, but
it's there for humor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say solid A.
A tier, yeah.
Skylar.
Okay.
Amazing powers, but
She's like stupidly over. I don't like how overpowered she is.
the good thing now is that they have actually moved
in
her
a way
power
nerfed her.
nerfed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she can only hold a power for like 2 hours
Yeah.
or an hour without retouching.
Yeah. I feel like in season 4
She
she
was
would
too
have
OP.
easily been like a solid S tier.
Because if you remember that one where they were trying to catch Kai, she
Mhm.
touched Zane like at least 2 days ago or something, and she still had Zane's power, and then she also used Kai's fire and so many other powers on Kai. She caught him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like as she progressed, as she got nerfed, I would say that she started to kind of use her powers foolishly.
Yes, I would agree.
Cuz now that she can only hold the power for so long, it's like, oh, let's just use it as much as we can.
Exactly, that's what she's doing now, which is what we don't like.
Yeah.
So,
Kinda
C
like-
tier.
Yeah, kind of like what Kai does. So
C tier? I don't know. I feel like B tier is where she belongs, because if you really think about it, she does use it smartly in the Tournament of Elements, even though
Yes.
she is working for Master Chen.
Yes.
She uses it properly, but not that properly later. But I feel like at first the way she uses it kind of cancels out the way that she uses it later.
I agree.
I feel
she's
like
not that
B tier.
mid. I'd say a bit better, so I'd say B
Yeah,
tier.
B tier. I feel like B tier is
Because
good.
she did use it better than Kai.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like,
Oh, Bolobo. Oh.
I'd say a solid B as well because Bolobo,
Mhm.
he uses the most. There's probably the most nature in the realm is in Ninjago. Is nature, if that makes sense. Like it's the most seen thing, and nature just like that same thing. Man
Nature's
versus
everywhere.
nature.
Yeah, nature's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to prove. Like,
I completely agree. I feel like his power is really cool. At first when I saw him, I was like, wow, there's an elemental master of nature. Think about how OP that would be.
Yes.
I mean, it only shows vines, but like think about all his
you can,
other
trap. So you can
potential.
trap. You can.
Venus flytrap.
Yeah. I mean, just
Consuming a person.
I think it's absolutely amazing, his power. And he uses it well too.
Yeah. He effectively combats the Master of the Mind. You can see his moves beforehand.
Yeah, and Master of Mind is, I mean, honestly, a pretty good power.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna get to this later, but he uses it well. And that's why Bolobo lost. But that doesn't, like,
make him a worse.
I
Elemental
feel like he
master.
still used it properly.
He used it.
And I do not think Below was actually alive in this series. And I think Ultraviolet hunted him down
Oh,
in season 8.
yeah.
But for all we've seen of him, he was a really good master. So I think a B.
He belongs here.
Pay your respects to Bolobo in the comments.
Yeah. Alright,
Okay, the first
Spinjitzu
Spinjitzu
Master.
Easy
S. You know what? We're putting him there right now.
Yeah.
And then we're explaining, okay?
Exactly.
He used his power So there was already one realm. He created 15 parallel dimensions
Well,
with his power.
not only that, he bestowed it to other people.
Yeah,
Like he
didn't-
bestowed.
He didn't become a monarch or
Yeah, he
tyranny.
just-
He didn't expect
It
anyone
was
to
so
help.
easy for him to become a tyrant,
Yeah, but he didn't.
using
He had the
all the
humbleness.
powers that these guys have.
He
Yeah.
had the humbleness.
Yeah, and we see this obviously at the end of season 4 when all the elemental masters come together. But
Exactly.
with their different, characteristics and
Yeah.
personalities and strengths and weaknesses, they're all better together than they are apart. And I feel like he was wise enough to know that that other people would do, or more than one person would do better than just like one individual.
He also mastered every single elemental power
Hmm.
and used it wisely. And he's the one who chose who were the right people to give this power. Like
Yeah,
at the very end, you see how Kai's power came from his dad, but he chose his dad.
yeah,
He understood that if he had all the power, it wouldn't work because he
Yeah.
won't live forever. He never wanted to live forever. Like many people in that realm at the very early ages, they knew him, but they didn't fear him. They didn't like love him, like give him things just to keep them safe.
Yeah, because
He was just a normal guy to them.
yeah. And I feel like, combining, the Time Twins' foolishness
Exactly.
and, Moro's intellect. I mean, yeah, they were both bad guys, but still.
So,
Combining both of their
powers,
powers and their intellect, I mean,
they would be unrivaled.
yeah, different ideas bring different solutions to different problems. It just all works out. He's definitely an S tier.
And not to
Yes.
mention, he literally created like an opposing race. He created a kingdom of like serpentine humanoids.
Because he
And, like,
understood that he
he
wanted there to be
yeah, He
differentiation.
knew he shouldn't control the entire realm.
Yeah, he's a solid S.
Yeah, I think. Okay, now we got the next one actually. Sensei Wu,
I feel like both Wu and Garmadon
R S tier. I would
both
agree.
belong at, yes.
Because Wu takes the wisdom. He doesn't master every element.
Yeah, he does. No, that's the
Because-
thing with Wu. He doesn't need
Exactly.
that mastery.
If you see-
Neither does Garmadon. They're both incredibly witty.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said this before in the the villains tier list, but Garmadon was probably one of the better villains that Ninjago had. I mean, I thought he was a great villain when they introduced him in seasons 1 and 2. Just when he kept coming back, it was annoying. But obviously, at first, when he was there, I was like, wow, this guy is smart. He's a good villain.
Exactly.
And it's the same with Wu. He's a good mentor because he not only helps all the ninja, but also his backstory.
And right when the ninja get lazy, season 11, Secrets of Forbidden Switches, episode 1, he teaches them a lesson. He understands that they can't just sit around with their powers and just play video games all day. He goes against all of them try to use their powers, proving to them how lazy they are, him without powers.
Yeah, he beats all of them without powers.
And it wasn't even hard for him. That's the
Yeah.
difference. Because he understands the necessity of training and not just being lazy.
You're right. Now, next up, we've got
Ash. Master of Smoke.
Okay, Ash, I would rate him. Okay, well, first let's talk about what happened in the Tournament of Elements. He lost to Kai. I mean, that's
Kind of sad.
well, not really sad. Kai has a good power,
Yeah.
and they were kind of fighting over a.
That was like one of the one
Lava.
times that Kai was actually using his firepower properly.
I mean, he burned the bridge where he was standing. So I don't know, but
He just got mad.
regardless, I feel like Ash does use his power well.
He can like
He
sneak up
puts
behind
up
his
he,
opponent.
no, he puts up a good fight against
Exactly.
Kai,
and
and
Kai, again,
Kai was using it well that time. I think.
yeah.
better.
Kai also learning Spinjitzu from first Spinjitzu master's son. As just an elemental master learning from his dad, still could combat ninja, which was
Yeah.
pretty
We don't
insane.
even know that Ash learned from his dad.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
we can infer because of how it is
Yeah.
generally put down in the scale of how it works.
yeah, I feel like Ash. I mean, I wouldn't put him as high as Lloyd and Mia and
Yeah.
Moro, I feel like he belongs at a solid B tier.
Yeah.
He's good. He's not that good, but he's
Not also that bad or not.
he's not so terrible that you
Exactly.
can compare him to like Kai or Camille or Crux in Acronics, right?
Yeah.
I feel like B tier is the place for him.
Okay, now we have Shade, Master of Shadow.
Ooh, yeah.
So, Shade here, he doesn't use his power often, and whenever he does, he only uses it a few times properly, and he still gets caught easier than Pale Man and people. He can still disappear, just become a shadow, but he would not use it properly.
I feel like his power is kind of a ripoff of Pale Man's.
Well, I kind of felt like it was a ripoff of Ash.
Ash, yes.
If you really think about it, now he was the last A, but if you really think about it, he should not have lasted that long. He was kind of toxic.
It's just because, yeah, the people he went against were not that good.
Yeah, I would say that he belongs at C.
I'd agree.
All right,
Alright.
now Nero.
Oh,
Oh, Nero. Okay, Nero's actually. I said this before, but who was it that lost to Nero?
below.
Below. Belobo. I mean, Belobo's pretty good, but Nero was just better.
Yeah, he understands how to
It was
use
just
his
his
power,
power. He knew exactly how to use his power.
and he doesn't use it for any not good purpose.
Right, and he even helps the ninja by
Yeah.
reading Klaus's mind.
Exactly.
That time to see that they're making a spell.
Exactly.
I'd put him at A because he's not only kind-hearted. We find later,
Yeah.
but he's not only kind-hearted, but he knows how to use his power,
Exactly,
and
yes.
not just use his power, but use it properly.
And that power could easily turn someone bad, but he has that balance.
He does. A tier.
I'd agree.
A tier.
Yep.
All right, we've got
Tox.
Tox.
Tox does not use their power well. And I just don't. The power,
She
like, what
doesn't-
is it? Like, a ninja could easily go under it or something.
And we know that her power is very powerful because apparently a Ninjago co-creator said that her venom, her poison,
Is the same as the
Tiger Widow.
Tiger
Yeah,
Widow.
it could have
venom.
stopped Nauticon. Except
Yes.
she barely used it, like, ever.
Exactly.
I think she only used it once in the ninja role.
Yeah, where she just made a Tox Cloud, which wasn't even that bad. I got up after like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
hasn't mastered her power well enough yet.
Yeah.
C
I
tier.
feel like she's still kind of in those learning stages of
Exactly. So we can't make her.
experimenting
so we
with her
gotta cut
power.
some slack.
Yeah, but I feel like for now, or not now, but as of season 4, you have to put her at C, because there's obviously more room for her to improve, and she could easily move up to B, even A, but I feel like right now C is where she belongs, while she just
Yes.
experiments with her power.
Now we have Darrett, the Master of Brown.
He does count as an elemental master because for those, like, 3 episodes he had a power.
Yes, he did have a power.
I
Wasn't
mean,
the best, but
I saw him there as comedic relief. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
whenever there was like times of turmoil or despair, this guy would be like making his crane poses and trying to kick the. It was absolutely hilarious, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, right?
By a power standard, it had to be a C or D.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it would be kind of ruthless to put his power alongside Crux and Acronics and Camille.
Yeah.
Because what did he do for those 3 episodes?
He made basically brown fire.
Brown Who thinks of that? Like,
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
know he
obviously
had
this is kind of like Talks again. You have a person with new
Yeah.
powers, and they're just starting to experiment. So,
Not
we'll
to mention the side
I think
effect.
putting it at a C for now because he doesn't have all the knowledge yet.
yeah, maybe once he becomes as experienced as one of these guys in the A tier, or maybe even S tier, absolutely amazing. I feel like he would definitely belong up there.
All right, so last we have
Surprise.
the Master of Surprise.
Yeah.
S tier. Amazing. S tier.
Absolutely not.
No explanation.
We are not putting him at S tier.
We're not putting him at S tier.
Okay, he appears for like 3 seconds
Yeah, in the Ninjago
in the movie. And
I don't think he's at the learning stages of his power. Because I think Master Wu trained him in the movie. But we never see his actual power happen. So
Nor his like actual face.
Exactly. He's a true ninja.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, there's not really much to discuss on this guy. He's been there for like what?
3 seconds.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really know, but we haven't seen any of his powers. Yep.
Well, imagine something happens and he becomes better.
Yeah. So we'll wait.
I feel like it's. At first, I felt like it was impossible to be worse than these guys, and I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying that with
for the
more
3 seconds
character
we saw him
development,
for,
yeah,
he kind of needs help.
yeah. Anyways, that was our tier list of elemental masters and how they use their power. I feel like this is a pretty good list.
If you have
I
any
think it's fair.
concerns, make sure to comment down below and tell us why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'd
tell
love to hear the
us why
explanation.
you think you would change our tier list.
Yeah. And if so, how would you remake this tier list? And if you have someone that you want to add to the tier list, put that down in the comments too, because we can rate that as well in a separate video. Alright.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Peace. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.